Okay, today for the Stucco Beach House Chapter 2 Walls and Room Labels, you're going to do up through page 42, and then you're going to create a layout like this to turn in. And basically, this is just evidence that you have completed everything in the unit up through page 42 in the user guide. So let's go through how to create this. So once you are done, um, and you have it created, you need to put dimensions around this. Now, if I try to, well, first of all, if I hit just the auto dimension tool, it will not show all these dimensions because these interior walls will mess it up. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go, um, uh, if I say edit, delete all objects from this room or floor, this is how you get rid of the dimensions. So now if I'm starting and I have everything set up and I just click the auto dimension tool, you can see like right here, it picks up this center wall, so it splits this dimension into two parts, so we don't have this dimension here. So we need to use some of the other dimensioning tools to generate this. So I'll say undo here. The dimensioning tools are right here under the ruler, and there are several that we are going to use. First of all, manual dimension. If I just click near the wall, click and drag, it's going to put a manual dimension on there for us. Now, if you get inside the wall, now it puts the dimension inside the wall, and that's really tough to try and click on and move. So you don't want to do that. You want to, now if you're too far away from the wall, it won't pick it up. So you have to be fairly close to the wall so it will pick it up. And then once you create the dimension, now if we zoom in here, if we select this dimension itself, this is called a marker, and you can move the marker to where you would like the dimension from. Like if you wanted to dimension to the outside of the siding, you could do that. Now if I click this again, I'm going to move it back. We want to measure the from the blue part of the wall. That's the actual stud part of the wall, not any of the other parts. So that 10-foot dimension is accurate. If we go back to the user's guide, and I don't have that up, so let me pull up the user's guide for this quick. And we will go up to page 42, and then we'll go back from there and kind of backtrack to figure out exactly what all these dimensions need to be. And so the exterior walls are what I expect you to have exactly. So we need to try and dimension that to these specifications and try to put these numbers about where these numbers are located at. In other words, you should avoid having any numbers within the walls like these are, but for these, there's really no other place to put them that makes sense. But try and create all of these numbers around. So if I go back then to here, I would select this and I would actually slide this up, and all you do is grab it by the handle and move it up. And so that's how you're going to go about dimensioning. Now, if we go manual dimension, now if we click and drag here, you can see it's picking up those other dimensions now. So I'm going to undo that. Now, in specific areas like this, we'll use the end-to-end dimensioning. Now, it's only going to pick up the endpoint from where I start and the endpoint from where I stop. And so that's how you get that dimension. And now we'll go ahead and click on that and move that up here in line with these other two there. And you'll just continue right around the exterior, adding all of those dimensions. So you'll use either manual or end to end. Also, another one that they show you in the book is interior dimensioning. So let me show you how that one works. This one, it's for doing interiors. So all you do is click and drag, and as you drag across whatever is in between each of the walls, it will slap dimensions in there for you. Now sometimes that's good, but here you can see we have a 1/2 inch space between this wall and that invisible wall. So it picks up some erroneous things. But here, interior rooms are traditionally dimensioned from the inside of one wall to the inside of the other, and that's what this interior dimension will pick up for you. Um, and just like the other ones, you can go ahead and select the dimension, but now you'll notice it selects the whole string of dimensions that you selected. You can go ahead and move these markers just like you could the other one, and now that's 4'6". So you can move them, but I don't know of a way to delete a marker. So on a lot of these, your interior dimensions should be close, but they do not have to be exact. So I'm going to undo this. And the one that I really want you to pay attention to is this one right here. This is where the stairs are going to go. And you really need to make sure that you have this. Let's see what the user's guide says that should be. The exact, try and make that 9'7" 3/4 inch. If you make this exactly 9'7" 3/4, then that will get your stairs to the right length, and you'll have an easier time putting your stairs in. So if we go back here, and now on this one, I am going to want to do the end-to-end dimension, and we will go from here over to here, and right now that's 10 foot, 1 1/4. So in order to adjust that, I would click that wall. That's the wall I want to move. I click in here, and this should be 7'6" 3/4, I believe. There we go, 7'6" 3/4. Is that what it was? Oh, 9'7" 3/4. So let's go back and edit that. 9'7" 3/4. Now, if you get this wall located there, and then it looks like now I need to adjust this wall, back it up a little bit. Oops. Well, I have an extra little wall in there. So let's go ahead and move this wall and line that up. There we go. Now we have it. Okay, so you will want to go around and dimension this whole thing. And put this one dimension on the inside, and go ahead and try and put the rest of the labels in. And if you want to do some of the dimensions, oh, I just figured out this dimension is going from the outside of that exterior wall, and I don't think this dimension is from the inside to the inside. So let's go ahead and adjust that. And we can move this marker so it's at the inside. And then we would go ahead and select this wall, select this one, and change that to 7 3/4. There we go. And now we would need to move this wall back there, and now we have it. All right, so then once you go ahead and put all the dimensions around the exterior, put this one dimension. If you want to dimension a few more of the interior spaces, that's great. But I'm not expecting you to be exactly spot on those. They should be close. Now, once you get it all dimensioned, then what we need to do is send this to a layout. So let's start a new layout. Just as a reminder, you go File, Open Layout, and we open Architecture B11.7 here. Go ahead and go back to page 0 and place your name right here. Then go back to page 1. Go File, Save As, and save this to your OneDrive. So it doesn't save over the top of the Architecture B. Save it to your OneDrive under the Stucco Beach House folder as Stucco Beach House Walls and Labels, Rooms and Labels, or something to that effect, layout. So here is my layout. To get it over to the page, say Send to Layout. And I want to do the entire plan. If you read the directions, it says do not do it to scale. So we're just going to say Fit to Sheet and say OK. And now when I select this, I can enlarge this and it will make it bigger or smaller. It's not to scale. Now the middle buttons here are what we use to crop it down and adjust this. a little bit. And now just go ahead and crop it by the corners, or not crop, but move it by the corners. And we'll move this label. There we go. We'll move that label up there. That's the first floor. And you should have on page 0, put your name right here. And then when you go File, Save As, you'll want to not save it back here. We want to leave this one blank. So we are going to go, I'm going to go to my OneDrive, and I have a 3D architecture folder, and I will label this one. You can see I already have one, chapter 2, walls and labels here. I'll put a 2 in behind this, 2, and say save. So now what that just did was save the layout of this. And now you have to do one more thing, because you're supposed to turn in the PDF. So review how to create a PDF. You always want to save the layout first, because you can go back if you need to edit the layout. You could change anything you want about the layout. So save it as a layout, and then to submit it, you have to submit the PDF. I can't open your layout. If you send this to me, I click on it, it won't open, it'll just open a blank page. So to create the PDF, you just click on the printer icon, and it will come up. And normally this will be on your default printer right here, like you're going to print it. And so yours is probably looking like this. You'll just want to change that to Adobe PDF. When you do, we're going to create a PDF of whatever this sheet is. Landscape, tabloid. We'll have all sheets and 11 by 17. Make sure print and color is on, and say print. Now when you say print, it's not actually going to send it to a printer, but rather send it to a specific file. So when we send it to a specific file, we are just going to send it right back to this 3D architecture file, and it's going to save it this time as a PDF. So I'd leave the name the same and just say save, and it will save it as a PDF, and then it will open it in Adobe Acrobat. You'll see it open here. This is just showing you the PDF. We can go ahead and close that. But now I want to show you, if I go out to that folder where I was saving this to, which is right here, you'll see the Chapter 2 Walls and Labels number 2. This is the layout, and this right here is the PDF for this layout. So you can see the PDF icon and the layout icon. So, and you will want to submit the PDF then for grading. So I hope that helps you. Good luck in creating the rest of the Stucco Beach House.